Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only AR Legends. And yeah guys, today I am back with the next part of What If Naruto Was Neglected by Minato and Became the Otsutski King. So yeah guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the previous part of the series. And if you guys have not seen it, please guys check it out. You guys will definitely like it. And yeah guys, if you guys are new to the channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It would be really helpful to me as I want to reach 20k subscribers, and you guys subscribing would be really appreciated. So please guys subscribe to the channel. And yeah guys, I have decided to put the link of my Instagram in the description below as well. So please follow me on Instagram. So yeah guys, without wasting any more of your time, let us start the video. Last time we left off as we saw that how Naruto was able to sense the location of Momoshiki and his companions, and finally was able to arrive to the planet where Momoshiki was just about to get his chakra fruit to give it to the clan. But Naruto finally arrived there as he was able to take the chakra fruit for himself as well as destroying Momoshiki, turning him into a chakra fruit as well by sacrificing him to the mini tentails of Kinshiki. Afterward, Naruto's power once again increased a lot as while in the Elemental Nation, Minato had decided to return back to the village. After all, he still wants to get Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan as soon as possible. After all, his plan is to take control of the Kyuubi inside of Menma and Mito, thus making them the perfect Jinchuriki and himself having the Moketan. As Minato decided to search for Naruto himself as he still wanted the power, while on the other hand Naruto was no longer in the Elemental Nation. Not even Uchihas were being found in the Elemental Nation as all the villages were trying to find the Uchiha so that they can join their village or they can simply give out their Sharingan to themselves, as all the villages were trying to find the Uchiha clan, but they were unable to do anything about it. While on the other hand, the Akatsuki was also searching for Naruto, as Itachi had already joined the Akatsuki under the instructions of Third Hokage and Danzo. While on the other hand, they were just about to end the meeting, but suddenly the whole place started to shake as Naruto finally decided to show himself through a portal, as all the Akatsuki members were surprised. After all, that was space-time ninjutsu, no doubt about it, as they were really, you can say, now looking forward to it, but it was a bit too late for them, as Naruto had already transformed into that of a pure Otsutsuki. Even his eyes turned into the Byakugan, which surprised the Akatsuki member, but they decided to take Naruto down and then ask question. That was their biggest mistake, as Naruto proceeded to beat each and every one of them down. Even Itachi's Susanoo shattered as Pain tried his best using all of his Rinnegan techniques trying to take down Naruto, but Naruto simply showed his own Rinnegan, and with that he was easily able to suppress Nagato. Afterward, Naruto gave him a choice to join him or simply die, even telling him that the power of the Kyuubi is nothing to his own power, and telling him that if he were to join him, he can simply restore his body and give him the power of the 10 tails so that he can become its Jinchuriki, as Nagato was really tempted. After all, he still wanted to bring peace to the shinobi world, and especially he wanted to protect Konan. She was his only companion, so Nagato decided to join Naruto. But hey guys, that was the last part of the series, so if you guys have not seen it, please guys check it out. So yeah guys, let us start the story from here, as Minato was looking towards Menma and Mito with a smile on his face, as Sasuke had already joined this team. As Minato smiled, well, are you guys ready for the Chunin exam? As all of them looked towards each other with smirks on their faces. After all, as Menma simply smiled at that. Well dad, I'm ready, as you have already taught me the Rasengan. As Minato smiled at that as a glint arrived in his eyes. After all, teaching them the Rasengan was nothing, but his main purpose was the training of the Kyuubi. He was a bit dissatisfied as they were unable to master the Kyuubi code beyond 3 tails, but he was not happy about it. After all, there are 9 tails for each of them, and they are still yet to enter the 4th tail state. As Minato was not happy about it, but decided not to show it. After all, he was still the good Hokage. As Minato simply nodded at that. Well Menma, you should keep working hard. And Naruko, did you master the chakra chains of your mother? As Naruko simply smiled at that. After all, the chakra chains were something she had inherited and Menma did not, so she was proud of it. As Sasuke simply scoffed inwardly at that. He did not want it to be here, and he did not even knew why Hokage had summoned him here. As Minato gave Sasuke a look, especially to his eyes. There was envy in his eyes. After all, he wanted the Sharingan. No, he wanted the Mangekyo Sharingan. And that is something he really desired. But for now, he will keep his calm as he gave a smile to Sasuke. Well, Sasuke, I have already told Kakashi to teach you the Chidori, so you should not worry about it. As Sasuke simply his eyes widen at that. He has seen his sensei using that technique, so he wanted to learn it as well. But it was time for him to learn it as he simply smiled at that. While on the other hand, Minato gave them a, you can say, some encouragement and sent them off. After some time, finally Jiraiya arrived to the office as Minato looked towards his sensei. Well, sensei, did you find it? As Jiraiya simply nodded at that. Well, Minato, I have found some research result in the Hidden Snow Village. It seemed that there was some organization by the name of Kara which was using them, but now they seem to be under the control of Uchiha. I have found the traces of Uchiha there. As Minato's eyes turned into pure, you can say, icy color as he looked towards his sensei. Did you find any Uchiha there? As Jiraiya shook his head, I have to go there personally for now for investigation. But you know, the Chunin exams are coming and I could be of use in the village as Minato thought it for some time. Alright then, send some spies as well as your tour to search for the exact location of the Uchiha, especially that brat. Find him as soon as possible. His eyes, I do not want him to waste them. As Jiraiya simply nodded at that and decided to leave to train Menma and Mito, while on the other hand, finally it was time, finally it was time for the Chunin exam to start. All the things were going on accordingly as Minato was a bit happy about it. After all, they were still his children and he wanted them as strong as possible to conquer the elemental nations afterward. As Minato simply was, you can say, looking toward the crystal ball in which the second stage of the Chunin exam were going on, the forest of that. But suddenly there was a crow arrived as Minato's eyes narrowed at that. That was the secret code made by Itachi, as Minato has seen it before. As Minato gave a signal as all the Ambo in the room disappeared. Suddenly, the several, you can say, seals appeared in the whole room, and finally, the crow finally transformed into that of Itachi, as Itachi was panting a little and it seemed to be a bit tired as Minato's eyes narrowed. As Itachi looked towards Minato, Lord Hokage, I have urgent news for you. As I have found the location of Naruto Uchiha. The name, Minato's demeanor completely changed at that. The greed once again appeared in his eyes. Tell me, Itachi, did you capture that brat? As you can say, Itachi simply shook his head. Lord Hokage, Naruto-san has changed. He has invaded the Akatsuki and even destroyed the Akatsuki. Not only that, Naruto has awoken the Rinnegan. With that, Minato's eyes widened at that, and the greed in his eyes was finally overwhelming. He always wanted the Mangekyo Sharingan, but the Rinnegan, that was something else. He really desired it now. He just wanted to get Naruto and get his eyes no matter what now. As Minato looked towards Itachi, tell me, Itachi, tell me everything. As Minato almost screamed at that, even Itachi for a moment was taken aback but decided to tell everything. How about the invasion of Naruto, the use of space-time ninjutsu, the destruction of the Akatsuki, and all of that. As Minato was, you can say, beyond shock. He always thought that the brat was a little powerful, but the use of space-time ninjutsu, that was most difficult, especially for Minato, who himself is a master of space-time. So it seemed that the brat was not simply, you can say, laying around and using the Mangekyo to exhaustion. He do not know why Naruto has awoken the Rinnegan, and he really did not care about it, but he will get those eyes no matter what. As Minato smiled at that, now that he has started to show himself, it seemed that he need to pressure Jiraiya Sensei even further to capture the Uchiha. As long as he had the Uchihas in his hand, Naruto will come obediently. As Minato smiled at that, finally his dream was coming true. As he told Itachi some instructions to, you can say, guard the Chunin exam, and with that, he simply dismissed him. As Minato finally stood up, as he smirked. After all, I am the child of destiny, therefore the Rinnegan belongs to me. As he smirked at that, now a bit time skip. Now, it was the finale of the Chunin exam. All the nobles of the Fire Daimyo court, as well as the several, you can say, merchants were present in the Chunin exam arena as the matches were going on. Finally, Menma, the son of the Hokage, finally arrived and fight against the prodigy of the Hyuga clan. He was able to defeat the Hyuga Neji, and afterward, with the help of the Rasengan versus his technique of rotation, he was able to destroy it. Afterward, finally, you can say it, Gaara versus Sasuke was about to happen as Orochimaru was ready for his little invasion. But suddenly, the whole demeanor of the place changed. The sky darkened immediately as lightning started to dance around the clouds. Even Minato and all the members finally stood up, wondering what was going on here. Gara, who was in semi Jinchuriki state, suddenly a lightning bolt struck from the sky, immediately smashing into Gara, whose eyes widened before his hand could even react. He was literally, you can say, almost destroyed. It was only by the last defense. He was barely conscious now and barely alive, shocking all the people there, as it was like the night has fallen in Konoha. As Minato stood up, his eyes narrowed at that. Could it be that those people have said come true? As Minato's eyes narrowed at that, wondering if it was finally time. Suddenly, you can say, a space-time portal opened in the sky and several, you can say, figures were now landing in Konoha. And if people were to see it clearly, these were the figures of the missing Uchihas. But there was only one difference in these people. All of them now have the Rinnegan. As you can say, several hundred Uchihas has finally landed in Konoha, and immediately, you can say, the destruction followed in whole Konoha. As Minato stood up ready to use his flying Raijin to take these people down. They have the Rinnegan, but Minato does not care. After all, he wanted to get a pair himself, and with these people, he was confident that he can take a pair for himself. As Minato was now, you can say, ready to take action. What's the hurry, father? At that, a voice was heard as Minato immediately looked into the sky as one figure was floating in the sky. This was the figure of Naruto, who was now, you can say, floating in mid-air, looking toward the direction of Minato and Orochimaru, as well as the third Hokage and Danzo and the elders who have arrived out of nowhere, as well as, you can say, Jiraiya and Tsunade, who have just landed on the place where Minato was standing. Even Orochimaru was now getting a bit nervous. After all, his plan was to, you can say, immediately put Minato in the barrier in which the space-time ninjutsu cannot be used. As a portal opened in the sky, as lightning quickly rushed toward the direction of Gaara, immediately putting him unconscious, as several Uchihas finally arrived from the portal in the sky. But there was one difference in these Uchihas. All of them have the Rinnegan, shocking all the Jonins who were present there, as they could not believe their eyes, especially the clan heads who were present there, like Nara and especially the Hyuga clan, who could not believe that the Uchihas now have the Rinnegan. While on the other hand, Minato was jealous of it, ready to take action, as Jiraiya, Tsunade, and third Hokage and Danzo were present there, as Orochimaru was getting a bit nervous, but before they can take action, a voice was heard. This was none other than Naruto, who has finally arrived. What's the rush, dear father? I'm here for you. As Minato looked in the direction of Naruto, as Minato's eyes narrowed at that. After all, this was the brat he was looking for such a long time. He should have died that night, and his Mangekyo Sharingan should have belonged to him, but now it was actually good for him. Now that Naruto has awoken the Rinnegan, especially his Rinnegan, which can be given to so many people, as Minato was wondering what kind of power Naruto really possessed now, and if he was ready to take Naruto down. But Minato quickly remembered something, and the arrogant look once again appeared in his eyes. After all, his plan had no loophole. As Minato looked towards Naruto, well, Naruto, so you finally decided to show yourself, huh? Well, that is a good thing for both of us. After all, I was looking for you as your father. I was so worried about it, as Naruto looked directly in the eyes of Minato, who was now mocking him. As Naruto smirked at that, I do not know where your confidence actually come from. Maybe you should take a closer look towards your own people. As Minato looked in the direction where one of the Uchiha has just released the Shinra Tensai, and a huge portion of the village was already leveled, as the Uchihas were casually using the power of the Rinnegan like it was nothing, as the Shinra Tensai and several summoning animals were running through Konoha as Minato's scarf. At that, he already knows the strength of Konoha. Even you can say 10 pairs of Rinnegan would level this village. But there were several hundred of them now here. So Minato was confident that they can take Konoha down. But Minato does not really care about Konoha. All he cares about his own power. So Minato was confident that as long as he takes Naruto down, all the other Uchihas will definitely lose their power and courage, and Minato will definitely take them down. As Minato simply shook his head, well, do you really believe that I care about these things? Well, Naruto, you have the power, and I want it now. So, as your father, I command you to hand it over. As Naruto simply looked towards Minato performing the clown, as Minato said, well, I knew that you would not agree. So, maybe you should be taught a lesson. As Minato made a hand sign, as ready to see Naruto in scream and agony as a seal appeared on the forehead of Naruto, as this was the secret cage bird seal which Minato had placed on Naruto with some modification to control him, but the only fallback of it was that Naruto has to be in close, you can say, range for Minato to use it. And that was the reason he did not use it after he realized that Naruto had defected. But to Minato's surprise, even though the steel was glowing, Naruto was still looking towards Minato with a teasing look in his eyes as Minato's eyes widened. Why? Why is it not working? As he put more chakra in the seal, but it was still not working. You mean this seal? As Naruto simply tapped his forehead, and just like that, the cage bird shattered into thousand pieces like a glass. As Minato could not believe his eyes, he was always confident even though he had heard from Itachi that Naruto has a Rinnegan, but Minato was still confident that he can take Naruto down. But now, seeing that his ultimate trump card was defeated just like that, he was really angry now. Damn you, brat! With that, Minato threw several kunais towards Naruto, ready for, you can say, his Rasen Shuriken to hit Naruto. But as Naruto casually looked towards the Rasen Shuriken, which was now approaching him, and within a blink of an eye, the technique simply disappeared as Naruto simply absorbed it. After all, this level of attack was no, you can say, worrisome for him. As Naruto looked towards Minato, as Jiraiya, who had already entered into the Sage mode, quickly appeared in front of Naruto with a massive Rasengan. As Naruto simply smirked at that, these people really did not learn. But Jiraiya smirked at that. He already knew that Naruto would absorb his Rasengan, but that would take some time, and Tsunade was ready to deliver her full power punch. But to Jiraiya's surprise, Naruto simply grabbed the Rasengan, which was about to attack Naruto, and started to push it towards Jiraiya. As Jiraiya's eyes widened, his own Rasengan was now slammed into his own body, as Jiraiya was in flight, even in Sage mode. That hurt like hell, as Tsunade, who had already appeared behind Naruto, ready to deliver a punch, as Tsunade's fists slammed into the back of Naruto as ready to see him send flying, but Tsunade's utter shock, several, you can say, crunching voice was heard, and just like that, the whole arm of Tsunade was shattered. As Tsunade could not believe it. After all, her strength was more than enough to, you can say, shatter a mountain, but it was like it had hit something so, you can say, unbreakable that her own hand has shattered. As Tsunade, who was already using her seal to recover herself, as Naruto casually looked towards her, and her seal in the forehead simply, you can say, vanishes. As Naruto sucked all the chakra from that seal, as Tsunade quickly turned into an old woman and slammed into the ground. While on the other hand, you can say Orochimaru, realizing his predicament, simply decided to leave. After all, he simply cannot invade Konoha now in such a situation. But Naruto looked towards Orochimaru, and a smirk came to him. I will like to use you later. With that, a portal appeared, as you can say Orochimaru was pushed into it, into a several dimension. While on the other hand, Minato has once again appeared. This time, he has, you can say, a simple light surrounding his body. This was the upgrade version of the, you can say, Sage mode, which he has learned. And truth-seeking orbs were, you can say, floating behind Minato. This was the technique he had developed, well, more like rediscovered after several experiments with Hashirama Senju body and Madara Uchiha's DNA, which he was able to find. He was able to evoke this state for now, even though it was a lot harder to maintain. As Minato smirked at that, his orbs has special power as Minato threw it towards Naruto. As Naruto was a bit intrigued, it seemed that Minato's experimentation was not all for nothing. As Naruto simply smirked at that, but Naruto simply slapped the ball away like it was nothing. As Minato smirked at that, well, Naruto, you were arrogant, and now it is over. But before he could complete his sentence, he was confused. What is going on here? Why Naruto's hand is not disintegrating as everything that should touch the truth-seeking orb? As Naruto simply laughed at that. And then suddenly several, you can say, truth-seeking orbs appeared behind Naruto. You mean these balls, huh? Well, if you like them, you can have it more, dear father. With that, all the truth-seeking orbs were now rushing towards Minato, turned into different shapes and slammed into the body of Minato before he could even teleport away. As Minato gritted his teeth, even in his advanced sage mode, he was unable to compete with Naruto. Damn you! With that, you can say a gigantic wooden dragon appeared behind Minato. As Minato, you can say, decided to use all of his power now. Even the power of the Moketan was used. As Naruto simply shook his head, suddenly, you can say, two violent chakras appeared out of nowhere. These were the chakras of Menma and Mito. Both of them had finally entered into the three-tailed state and opened their mouth to make the mini tail beast bomb and release it towards Naruto. As Naruto looked towards the balls and simply slapped them away in the direction of the, you can say, the Namikaze clan. Before Menma and Mito could do anything, as Naruto's eyes glowed a little bit, and with that, their eyes changed into that of Naruto's own eyes, that of the Jogan, and with that, they rushed toward the direction of the Konoha shinobi and started to attack them, while on the other hand, Minato grated his teeth. His, you can say, wooden dragon was destroyed like it was nothing. As Naruto simply looked towards Minato, well, dear father, are you ready to die? With that, Naruto was, you can say, simply put his hand into the sky, and just like that, energy started to gather in his hand. A huge, gigantic tail beast bomb was formed within seconds, more than enough to destroy Konoha 10 times. As Naruto simply smirked towards Minato, ready to see the despair in his eyes. But to Naruto's surprise, Minato simply smirked at that. You know, Naruto, maybe if you have done this 1 month ago, I would have definitely had died in this attack, but now it seemed that I do have a trump card. With that, Minato made a seal, and with that, a portal appeared. So, mortal, you finally decided to summon us, huh? As finally two figures appeared from the portal, as Naruto was a bit intrigued. This chakra, he had felt it before. As Naruto looked down to see, two figures were now appearing from the portal and flying in the air. As Minato smirked at that, it seemed that I have fulfilled my promise, huh? At this, these two figures were none other than the elites of the Otsutski clan. As these two figures finally appeared in front of Naruto, as Naruto simply looked towards them, judging by their strength, they were stronger than Momoshiki, dozen of times stronger, but it was not something that Naruto himself cannot handle. As Naruto looked towards them, as one of the figures spoke up, so you're the thief who has stolen the power of the sacred tree and the chakra fruit from Momoshiki. As Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, after all, there was no one, so why should these people know about it? As the other figure spoke up, you must be wondering why we know about it. Do not be a fool, mortal. You may have stolen the power of a Otsutski, but you're not one. You do not realize the capacity, our abilities. You are nothing but a mortal who have the delusion of having the power that should not belong to you. As Naruto looked towards both of them, big talk. You know, the Momoshiki, the person, said the same words. That was before I fed him to the 10 tails and ate the chakra fruit. After hearing that, both of the Otsutskis were angry at that. You damn mortal, who do you think you are? As Minato finally spoke up, well, Naruto, it seemed that you have stolen this power as your father. I should have taught you better. As Minato was now mocking Naruto, as Naruto simply ignored him. You honestly believe that these two people are strong enough to take me down? As Minato scoffed at that 1 month ago when he had heard the news of Naruto getting the Rinnegan and after he had dismissed Itachi, a portal appeared out of nowhere and these two figures appeared from there as they quickly teleported Minato away, asking him where was the guy who had stolen the power of the chakra fruit. As you can say, Minato was a bit confused about it, but both of them decided to, you can say, attack Minato. Minato tried everything, but he was no match for these two people. But he quickly explained it that it must be Naruto who has just somehow awoken the power of the Rinnegan, so he must be the one who has stolen the power. Afterward, both of them decided to wait for Naruto. After all, they were unable to find him in this, you can say, dimension, so they were waiting for Naruto to appear. Even though this planet has a lot of chakra, it was not to their taste. After all, they were the elites of the Otsutski clan. This low-level planet was no interest to them. Maybe Momoshiki would be interested, but he was not on their league. As now flashback ends as Minato was confident that these two people will definitely take Naruto down, and in the end he will definitely get a pair of the Rinnegan as he look in the direction of the Uchihas who are still, you can say, killing off Konoha shinobis. But Minato did not even look twice towards the shinobis of his own village and simply looked towards the Uchihas with greed in his eyes. He had already been promised by the Otsutski clan that he would be awarded by the higher-ups of the Otsutski clan for his service. So Minato was confident that after getting the power from these alien races, they will definitely leave, and Minato himself would be the, you can say, powerhouse of the elemental nation. As Naruto simply looked towards both of them, as both of them looked towards each other and simply nodded and disappeared from the sight of everyone within a blink of an eye. They were upon Naruto as their fists collided with Naruto. As Naruto felt it, there was some strange chakra in their face the moment it made contact with Naruto. As Naruto's eyes widened, his control over the consciousness of Shibai Otsutsuki loosened a lot with a single phase as Naruto was sent flying into the Hokage monument. As Naruto finally appeared from it there, not even a scratch on his body, but Naruto felt it. As the other Otsutsuki spoke up, you must be wondering why you are losing control over the power of Shibai Otsutsuki. As Naruto looked towards both of them, pretty surprised, as both of them simply started to laugh. You damn mortal, do you honestly believe that you are worthy of something like that? We already know about Shibai, who now resides in your body. You must be losing control. But with our power, you should lose control even further. And soon enough, you will simply be taken over by the consciousness of Shibai. As with that, both of them disappeared as Naruto eyes narrowed at that, and his chakra once again erupted from his body. As both of the, you can say, Otsutsuki's eyes widened at that. This amount of chakra as Naruto disappeared, simply shattering the whole Hokage mountain and appearing in front of both of the Otsutskis as Naruto simply slammed his face into one of the Otsutski face, sending him flying in the center of Konoha as a huge, you can say, crater was formed there. As Naruto simply disappeared once again, the other Otsutski tried to attack Naruto, but Naruto simply kicked him away. As both of the Otsutsuki once again appeared in front of Naruto as the battle between both of them started to erupt as shockwaves were erupting in whole Konoha, destroying it. As Minato teleported away, as the third Hokage, who was about to say something, suddenly a, you can say, explosion took place, simply taking third Hokage and Danzo away, destroying them. While on the other hand, Minato appeared far away from there. He had already sent his shadow clone to teleport Menma Mito and Kushina away, even though Menma and Mito were under the control of Naruto. But Minato was able to use his sails to, you can say, subdue Menma and Mito, and afterwards simply teleporting them away. After all, they were his weapons. How could he let them go? While on the other hand, Naruto was now looking towards both of the Otsutsuki with a smirk on his face, even though it caught him a bit off guard that their chakra could, you can say, strengthen the consciousness of Shibai inside of his body, but it was not enough. After all, Naruto has eaten 2 chakra fruits and absorbed the power of the 10 tails. So how is this possible that 2 Otsutsuki, even though they are said to be elites, could be comparable to him now? And with that, Naruto appeared in front of one of the Otsutsuki, slamming him into the ground with such force that the whole Konoha exploded as the dust and, you can say, rocks were all over the place as the Otsutsuki spat, You damn mortal, you think that you are worthy of this power. And with that, his whole body exploded with immense power. As he was coated in the chakra core, the other one also exploded with full power. Now it is time for you to pay for your crimes. And with that, both of them rushed towards Naruto as Naruto simply smirked at that. Now it was getting a bit interesting. After all, these two people were not as weak as Momoshiki even when he had absorbed his partner, while on the other hand, both of them appeared in front of Naruto as their, you can say, face was covered with strange chakra once again as Naruto sensed danger from this chakra. As Naruto simply, you can say, moved away, but both of them were even faster as they disappeared using space-time power to appear around Naruto as both of their hands were now on the heart of Naruto from both directions, from the chest to the back, as Naruto was a bit surprised, but suddenly he felt it as the chakra inside of his body was depleting at a massive rate, as both of them started to move backward as the chakra from Naruto's body was now getting, you can say, absorbed by them, and their power was increasing as Naruto created his state. Enough! With that, his whole body exploded with power, shattering the seal which was placed on his heart. As both of the Otsutski were surprised. After all, this was one of the most powerful technique of the Otsutski clan to take down the traitors who had eaten the chakra fruit to, you can say, subtract the chakra fruit from their body directly. And since Naruto has eaten two chakra fruits, so therefore two of them were required to subtract two chakra fruits. At this, you can say, both of them looked towards each other as their eyes narrowed at that. After all, this guy was getting stronger and stronger even though they had absorbed some of the power of the chakra fruit, but they could feel it. The power of Shibai inside of Naruto was increasing at a massive rate. Now it was no longer comparable to the chakra fruit. As Naruto closed his eyes, he could feel it. The consciousness of Shibai has taken root inside of his mind and now trying to attack him, but Naruto simply shook his head, suppressing it with sheer willpower. He will take care of it as long as he devoured these two people in front of him. He will definitely take care of Shibai's consciousness inside of his mind. I was simply playing with you guys, but now you guys have become a threat and therefore must be eliminated. With that, before the other Otsutski could say anything, Naruto appeared in front of them, as his hand was already passed through the chest of one of the person. As before that Otsutski could say anything, his body quickly started to, you can say, covered with a strange chakra as he let out a scream. No, you damn mortal, you cannot do this to me. Before he could say anything, his whole body turned into a chakra fruit as Naruto quickly devoured it. Before the other Otsutski could say anything, Naruto was upon him within seconds, grabbing him by the neck and slamming him into the ground with such force that, once again, what was left of Konoha was also leveled, as Naruto's hand was already passed through the chest of the other Otsutski. Before he could also scream, he was turned into a chakra fruit, as Naruto simply smirked at that. But before he could eat it away, suddenly his hand started to shake violently as Naruto grabbed his head. He could feel it, his body, his consciousness was getting weaker and weaker. He was just 1 second away. Damn it, as Naruto screamed in his mind. Just one bite would be required to suppress it all. But Naruto was now shaking his head as he has already dropped the chakra fruit, as Naruto grabbed his head and slammed it into the ground as his whole body started to shake with strange chakra inside of Naruto's mind. A figure, suddenly his eyes opened. Did you honestly believe that you can control my power? Well, mortal, you have opened a door for me to enter in this dimension once again. Soon enough, I will regain all of my power and rule over everything. And with that, he started to laugh as Naruto created his state. Do you honestly believe that I will let you control my body, my consciousness? You damn fool, you're dead and stay in the coffin. With that, several chains appear from all over the place as Naruto pumped all the power of the chakra fruit he has eaten before into suppressing the consciousness inside of his mind. As Shibai's eyes started to close once again. It is only the matter of time, mortal. As Naruto finally, his eyes were open as he looked in the direction of the chakra fruit where it was before, but to Naruto's surprise, there was nothing there as Naruto's eyes narrowed dangerously at that as he released his sensory, you can say, abilities and started to search all over the place, but nothing. Chakra fruit cannot be found. But how? How is this even possible? It's not so great at his state, damn it. As he felt it, there was space-time fluctuation. It must be Minato who must have stolen the chakra fruit. While on the other hand, Minato looked towards his hand, the chakra fruit in his hand, as a evil smirk came to his face. He quickly got the chakra fruit and teleported away. After all, Naruto was not someone he can kill just now, but he has taken a chakra fruit, which means that soon enough he will stand at the pinnacle of the elemental nation. As Minato smirked at that, he has already taken those who are loyal to him far away from Konoha. They were at least 1000 shinobis, but Minato was confident that as long as he ate chakra fruit with the Jinchuriki and with the help of all the elemental nation, they can definitely take Naruto down. As Minato looked toward the chakra fruit and quickly bit it and started to eat it away violently, while on the other hand his whole body started to change. While on the other hand, Naruto has already left the place. After all, he still has to suppress the consciousness of Shibai inside of his mind, so he cannot stay there for now. While in a strange dimension, two eyes were suddenly opened. These were the eyes of the Rinnegan, as the Sage of Six Paths has opened his eyes from the pure land as he looked in the direction of Konoha with a frown on his face. It seemed that the Otsutskis has finally invaded the elemental nations, and it was time for him to, you can say, start his secret plan as he started to search for the reincarnation of, you can say, Ashura and Indra as soon as possible to give them his special powers and start his ultimate plan to bring his brother and himself back to life. After all, the threat he was sensing was far stronger than their mother, so both of them has to come back to life to take care of this threat as soon as possible, as well as the previous reincarnations and the strong men who had died in the elemental nation. Their souls now reside in the so-called pure land created by the Sage of Six Paths to capture the souls of the strong men. They have to come back to life to take care of this threat as soon as possible. While on the other hand, Naruto was now flying with high speed in the direction of the moon, where there were still the remnants of the Otsutski clan are left behind. As long as he absorbed the power of these Otsutskis, he will definitely have more than enough power to take care of the Shibai as soon as possible. As Naruto finally arrived on the moon with a boom, as the whole place shattered as Naruto appeared in front of, you can say, Toniri and his father, who were the only two people left behind by the Otsutski civil war in the moon. Before they could even react, Naruto grabbed both of them and started to absorb their chakra violently, and before they could say anything, the whole chakra being was sucked inside Naruto. But it was not enough. Naruto could feel it. This chakra was nowhere near that of a pure, you can say, Otsutski member. As Naruto created his state, and just when he was about to do something, his eyes widened. He remembered it. He was on the moon. Yes, he was on the moon. As he looked towards the ground, as a smirk came to his face, as Naruto grated his state and slammed a fist on the moon, shattering it into two parts. As in the center of it, there was a cube-like structure was present there. As Naruto simply grabbed the cube and shattered it with his hand, and a figure was floating there with her eyes closed, and the figure's eyes were, you can say, opening slowly. But before she could say anything or do anything, Naruto simply grabbed Kaguya, who was now in the steel state, as Naruto looked towards her, even though she was rather beautiful. But Naruto did not care about it of such thing for now, as Naruto quickly started to absorb her. As before Kaguya could even realize that she was free, her whole beam quickly turned into that of a chakra fruit. As Naruto looked toward the fruit, even though it was not as powerful as the original fruit, but it must be enough. And with that, Naruto devoured the whole fruit as his body once again transformed further, and the consciousness of Shibai once again, the seal on it started to get tighten and tighten. But one thing Naruto did not knew that the smile on the, you can say, sleeping face of Shibai widened even further. Yes, devour more Otsutskis. The more you do, the better it is. As a smirk at that. While, on the other hand, in the elemental nation, the whole place was shining with a bright light. Minato finally appeared from the light. He had two Rinnegan in his eyes, on his forehead. There was, you can say, a yellow rinnegan as his whole body was glowing with power. As Minato burst into laughter, finally, I have this power. I am beyond anyone in the Elemental Nation. As he started to laugh violently at that, soon enough, he will take care of Naruto and he will be the one, Minato, Senjo, who will stand at the pinnacle of the elemental nations. As Minato was beyond happy today. After all, his plan has succeeded while all across the elemental nation, all the cages of the villages looked toward their subordinates who were now scared. After all, the amount of chakra they were sensing, it was not something casually produced. This was the power that their, you can say, the tail beast, even the tail beasts do not contain, while inside of Killer Bee, as well as all the other Jinchurikis, all the Bijus were going frantic as Killer Bee said, "What is going on, yo?" As A-Tail spoke up, "B, we are in deep trouble. The Otsutskis has finally invaded the elemental nation. We are in pure trouble." As B was confused, but A-Tail quickly explained who the Otsutski was, an alien race who want to take the chakra of the planet, and the warning of their old man when he died about the Otsutsuki clan. As Killer Bee was shocked as he has to tell this to his older brother as soon as possible. When Killer Bee explained all the situation to the Raikage, Raikage was disbelieving but shocked at the same time. After all, the amount of power and chakra he was sensing, it was beyond something he could imagine. As he gritted his teeth, "Alright, call all the cages of the villages for a 5 Kage summit. We have to take care of this threat as soon as possible." Same things were going on in the other villages. The 4 tail, the 5 tail, and the 7 tail. All of them were explaining this to their Jinchuriki so that they can tell this to their respective leaders to take care of this threat as soon as possible, as this was the greatest threat of all times. But hey guys, I'm gonna left this part here, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For the next part, the like goal is 80 comments and 100 likes. Do that and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, see you soon. Peace. And yeah guys, the link of my Instagram is also in the description below, so please follow me on Instagram. And yeah guys.